Sorry about the bad audio there, people. Enjoy. And perfect. There we go. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm not too bad, just plugging away here. Paige, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and all that kind of fun stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Paige the Puppet, and me and my mama, we help creative, independent, small business owners with the foundations for business through our YouTube channel and our courses. And along the way, we talk about lots of things. Like that's just part of what we do. So yeah.
Okay, I look back and I watched some of your previous videos, and I understand that you've gone from focusing on children to focusing more on their parents. Why don't you talk a little bit about that transition?
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I want to be famous, okay? Like, let's just get cut to the chase. I want to have influence in this world. And YouTube makes it very difficult to do that through children. They have a lot of rules and a lot of regulations, and I have no patience. Okay, this is the thing. I have no patience. It would have taken me about 5 years, I figure, according to my calculations, to reach a point of even break even with that. And so we shifted a little and focused on where Mama knows how to make the money, which is with what she's learned over the years. So we put our heads together and decided. Now, here's the thing: she used to be a preschool teacher. We know lots of things about kids and child development, and that
Sure.
was another barrier. Because we wanted to make sure we were creating really quality content.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, we don't think kids should be on these media. So we had an opposite message. We were saying, "Hey, kids, go outside, but also watch me on your things." And it's like, wait a second, that's not congruent. So we switched it up.
Yeah, that kind of makes me think of Mr. Rogers. He reportedly actually hated television, but he actually figured it was actually. I mean, this is pre internet, so for him it was a little bit different. But he hated television because of what was on television, so he changed the content. And
Yeah, he
yeah,
changed the content, and he was also part of the very beginnings of PBS. It's a lot
mhm,
easier when you start from the beginning. Like if we
yep,
had started on YouTube in say 2002, 2004, we may have done the preschoolers route. It's just become much more difficult, and
mhm,
understandably so. These rules are in place to protect the children. It's
mhm,
not the platform's fault, it's society. And we decided, you know what? I'm lazy and
yeah,
I don't want to do that. So we
no, fair
changed
enough.
directions.
No, that makes sense. You're I'm watching again. Like I said, I've been watching some of your stuff just to make sure that
Oh,
I knew what
thanks so
you were talking
much.
about.
Yeah,
And
I hope you enjoyed it. I mean,
yeah,
we created with, with a lot of love. Just a
mhm,
little love.
mhm. So what I'm noticing is you're anti making lots of money.
Oh,
uh,
gosh, no. Do you know that multi-level marketing is an illusion? We believe in magic around here, not illusions.
okay.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, no, in multi-level marketing, 99% of the people lose money or
Mhm,
make nothing.
mhm,
So, why would I want to encourage people to lose money over and over again, month after month?
mhm.
I don't see the point in that.
No, it's true. And I mean, my personal experience with multi-level marketing was when back in the day I had a friend who invited me over, and they were from high school, kind of the classic story that you see online. And they said, "Hey, do you want to come over, hang out?" And we're having a little bit of a party. And then I get there, and there's a guy with a projector and slideshow presentation, and they're selling his juice. And honestly, it wasn't. that great of an experience. It made me feel like that relationship wasn't as valued as what I thought it was. So I was personally very, very disheartened about it, and never actually really talked to that friend since. And I've
And
noticed.
that's really sad because friendships are important,
Mhm.
more important than profits, really, and it should be that way. That we prize our relationships over making money on them. Now, I do believe in capitalism. I believe in making money, but off
Mhm.
of people who want what you have by solving real problems and providing solutions to them. So that's what we believe in. Yeah, a lot of people go through that. And if the promises that they were making were actually true,
Yeah.
it might not be a bad gig. But
Mhm.
it's all lies and illusions.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. It's so easy. It's so easy. And the truth is, life is not easy. You were raised under a rock. You
Yeah.
know how
No, it's
hard
not
life
easy.
be. It's not easy, but we can start even from under a rock and make
Hmm.
our lives better and learn things like you're learning things through conversations with
It's true.
people and
Hmm.
thinking about things and trying to be a good I guess a person.
Oh,
I don't know exactly
thank
how
you,
you
thank
define
you.
yourself,
Yeah.
but a beautiful green guy on this planet. And oh, I made you blush. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So that's what it's all about. I'm not. I like to say I'm not anti-MLM. I'm pro small business.
Okay, so maybe you can explain the difference between direct mark or direct sales and MLM.
There is no difference other than what they call themselves.
Okay.
There really is no difference. I mean, direct sales in its what's that called? That origin form would have been your door-to-door salesman, the Fuller Brush salesman
Mhm.
of the 1930s and so on. That really doesn't exist anymore. And all of the people that say, "Oh, I'm in direct sales," the money is in the recruiting. When the money is in
Mhm.
recruiting, it is not in the product, and that becomes not direct sales.
Yeah, I mean, I looked up just to see if I could find a difference, and it seems like the difference kind of is the MLMs. They'll make you pay to go to their thing or whatever, and then direct sales you have to buy the products, but functionally it's all the same thing. It's just what you are paying for. That really is the difference. Would you say that's correct?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, there's some that offer different things and so on, but ultimately, if you join those businesses, you have to pay to play, and
Hmm.
that's the number one thing. You should never have to pay for a job. And ultimately, these are what they call in the States the W-5 contractors or whatever. And
Hmm.
here in Canada, it's a little bit different, but it's the same thing. At the end of the day, you're an independent contractor who is paying overpriced in most cases for products that you can buy at Target or Walmart. So, yeah.
So that was actually kind of leading into my next question. Is what would you say is the difference between, say, Target and Walmart versus Avon or one of those other things?
Well, so let's take Walmart because Target doesn't exist in Canada because they
Mhm.
failed here. They
Yep.
tried to
Big
come up
time.
and they just went whoop. They didn't even give it a year. I don't know what was up with their operations that they couldn't because it looks like they could have been good, but I don't know what happened there. Anyway, so let's take a big corporation like Walmart Canada or something like that, a big box store as they were.
Mhm.
These are often owned by corporations,
Mhm.
and so too is Avon. Avon is a big, huge corporation,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
the difference is in their workforce. If you work at Walmart, you get paid an hourly wage. You
Mhm.
show up, do the work, you get paid. With a direct sale, multi-sale, you pay for the products, then you go and try and sell them, and they
Hmm.
push you to try and make more salespeople. And I really don't get that because there is such a thing as market saturation.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, they try and make they say, oh, you can make money this way. But do you know how many people end up with just products and products in
Yeah.
their garages and in their workrooms, and they don't actually sell the product? It just sits there.
Yeah, like, I know a few people that order from Avon, but it's literally just for them and their family members. So, like, which I guess would be fine if that's your preference. But yeah, the whole recruiting your sales force, um, that makes sense. So if I understand correct, your obviously your preference would be towards the small business because
Yeah,
that would keep the money in the town. But you're
right,
not
right.
actually opposed to the big corporations existing, so long as obviously they're paying people properly and blah 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 blah. What,
Well,
what are your thoughts?
in an ideal world, I
Mm.
would like to see the multinational corporations go down in flames. But we do not live in an ideal world, and these people they do employ people, and yes, if they were to treat people nicely, that would be nice. But the problem with corporations is they get so big they forget about the people. A
Mhm.
lot of these corporations, like Texas, we're talking about Walmart a lot, but I really, really admire Sam Walton. His original ideas, if they had stuck with them,
Mhm.
would be really amazing in this world, but they didn't stick with it.
So, what
About
were his original ideas that you're
so
specifically thinking of?
Okay, so in his book, and I forget the name of the book, but I have it somewhere on those books behind me. Anyways, he was talking about how he was providing for a need within the small businesses. He was trying to help the middle income, middle class American in small towns get access to goods that they couldn't get at the local retailers. And he had a theory that big business, his Walmarts, could coexist with the small retailers because small retailers have something that no Walmart could ever have, and that is knowledge and experience. He
Mhm.
said there was nothing that you could get at Walmart that could match the experience of going into a hardware store and
Mhm.
talking to the Joe that knows what you're doing and that sort of thing. And he felt
Mhm.
that that's the way the small businesses could compete with the Walmarts. And he also felt that small business owners should expand their hours to work with the people, and that would help them to fight his Walmart's power in their communities. And he didn't mean to knock out all the small businesses,
Mhm.
but that was kind of a side effect that happened like 2 or 3 generations down when it got so big. But he was the father of just-in-time inventory, which helps small business owners as well when they adapt it into their
Mhm.
businesses. So, yeah, it's such a big topic.
It really is. It really is. It's and it's interesting. I do like sales. I think sales are pretty cool. But and that's why it's good to have a good understanding of the markets and how things are working, what doesn't work, all that. But
Sales are awesome. There's a guy named Jeffrey Gitomer. He has a saying: "People hate being sold to; they love
mm,
to buy." And, we as small business owners can just work together to try and create these products that people need to buy, want to buy, and make it a pleasant experience. As we move into the next century, it really is about the experience of
mm,
buying that will be most genuine to our buyers, really.
mm. And it's really interesting. There's that tension that people have. They want to they want to have that small business relationship. So they always go to the same cashier. They always go to the same person in the store because they think they can trust them or whatever. And it's because they're trying to replicate that small business experience, but have the big corporation costs. So Maybe you could speak to this. Those people that want to save money, but still want to figure out how to shop local. Do you have any tips?
Absolutely. Even buying on sale helps your small business community. And if there are things that you are buying in other places, ask. Ask for them to bring in those products. If you find, oh, I'm ordering this from so and so, well, ask a local
Mm,
business owner if they can carry it. And honestly, double check your prices because oftentimes, if you are comparing apples to apples, you will find the prices are competitive within your local retailers. The problem
yeah.
is, we get so used to going to the one place and not checking the prices, and we just assume that the smaller place is going to have a higher price, and that isn't always true. For example, my mama, she dyes her hair with a certain type of product. And
Mm,
she actually checked in the city. She was going to a movie with her boys, and she thought, "Oh, I'll check the drugstore for this dye because they didn't have it in her local place." So she was just checking, and it was actually more expensive in the city than
mm,
it was in her small town. So
yeah.
sometimes we are not dealing with reality when
Mm,
we're thinking of our prices. And it's okay if you need to save money, buy on sale, buy in bulk,
mm,
use coupons. It's okay.
okay.
People don't expect you to buy everything local, but if you think local first, they will be so grateful for it. And remember too, you can buy for small businesses online. Like Mama has this rule. She has it's an anything but Amazon rule.
Mm,
So even if you're buying from out of town, try and buy from a small place, a
okay.
local independent.
All right. No, fair enough. Fair enough. Those are some good thoughts. Um, and so maybe we'll change the conversation a bit. How are you finding doing work in Alberta right now under the present conditions, if you will?
It can be difficult in some areas. My
Mm,
mama, she presently works in the food services industry,
mm,
and it has been heavily impacted
mm,
by this, some of the downturn, some of the rules. I'm not enjoying the pitting of people against each other,
mm,
depending on their viewpoint. This has been very sad.
yeah.
On a personal level, there are people that are fighting too much about things that it's really been sad. We have so much to be grateful for, and it's really hard to see
Mm,
people fighting when we've got problems to solve here.
mm,
Problems that existed pre-pandemic. Like we're acting like all the problems are just a pandemic, and it's like, hello,
mm,
we were experiencing hardships before. Let's get it together and stop fighting about the things that we can't agree on, and start
mm,
fighting some things we can agree on.
yeah.
So we get to work already. Because you know what? People want to work. Okay, like there's this lie out there that people want to be lazy or whatever, and this really hurts. It really hurts when people think we don't want to work.
Mm,
I want to work, but tourism is down. How
yeah.
can you go to work when there's no customers?
It's true. It's true. Oh, and that's so. What are your tips on, in light of all the restrictions, supporting a small business?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, it's the small businesses that give to our hockey teams, they
Mm,
give to our figure skaters, they give to our baseball teams, they give to our local boys and girls clubs, they give to the Big Sisters and the
mm,
and the Santas Anonymous. And if you don't go and shop at the local small stores, they won't have much to give, and it gets tight for everybody.
mm,
And you know that um and it makes a difference. See, if you shop at a local independent, 60% of the money is going to stay in your community.
mm,
If you shop at a locally owned franchise, it's between 35 and 42%. If you shop at a big box store, it's between 11 and 17%. So it makes a difference. And when you shop online, zero. Zero goes to helping local organizations. It's all part of the big cosmos, you know? You scratch one person's back and they scratch the other person's and everybody gets their back scratched.
No, fair enough, fair enough. So, do you have any tips on how to do that? Any suggestions, like how,
Oh,
with all the restrictions and considering all that stuff, when
well,
it gets difficult?
personally, I don't find the restrictions that bad. You just go, you wear a mask, and you
Mm,
watch. And you have not too many people in your stores or whatever.
mm,
And personally, because of a puppet, I can't get vaccinated, so I don't have the documentation. But I don't need to go to a restaurant because I don't need it either. So, there's that. But like to go shopping, we're all allowed to go shopping. I don't
yeah.
know where there's this idea that we can't go shopping.
No,
We
fair
all
enough.
can. Nothing's stopping us. And if you feel that you can't go shopping or don't want to, most of the small business owners have gone online in the past 2 years. And if you can't find what you want online, hello, pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. They have your numbers. You go, hello, I'm looking for this. Do you have that? Oh, can you send it aside for me? I will have somebody come pick it up.
No,
And
fair
then you
enough.
have to go pick it up. This is like, I don't know why people are making it difficult.
No,
You want to go shopping, you go shopping. You don't feel like going shopping, you use computer. We have
yeah.
no limits.
No, fair
What's the
enough.
limits?
It was just one of those thoughts that I had, just because
Oh,
it's something that
God.
you often hear. So,
I appreciate your thoughts because they help me think of the answers. Like, I just think that, you draw as ethically and as sensibly as you can. You take your budget into account, you take what you want into account,
yeah.
you take all of these things and you go, oh, what's the best way I can spend my money that's going to help the most people?
Mm. Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Nope, fair enough.
yeah, and then because there's some different businesses that help different groups, and you can shop ethically and make your money go as far as possible. That's all we can do.
No, fair enough, fair enough. So, our time is kind of coming up to a close here. Is there anything else you'd want to say, or let us know where we can find you, all those kinds of things?
Absolutely. You can catch me on all the socials at Paige the Puppet. Everything from PaigeThePuppet.com. I do a weekly show on YouTube addressing different concerns for creative, independent small business owners. And my biggest message to everyone out there is just to be kind. Truly, it does come. You mentioned Mr. Rogers earlier. He is one of my heroes. I really want to represent. We were originally created, me and my 6 siblings, to take his message forward into the next century. And I kind of flopped, but we are flexible. And if anything has been taught to us during the pandemic, is that we are all in this together, and being kind is better than being spiteful, and we can get through this if we just go together. Those are my messages.
Nope, fair enough, fair enough. And I think with all the information that we talked about here today, I think it might be worth me starting a course about multi-level marketing, and it would be like $20 a person, but I might let you come for free if you bring 4 friends.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Anyway,
I am sorry I was not effective in my message. But you know what? If you want to invite me to talk to people about how you can take that $20 and turn it into a real business, honey, then we're talking. Because you know what? It is perfectly okay to want to work from home and to have your own business and be your own boss. And those are all awesome things, and you can do it for as little as these shams. These shams are saying, oh, you can start a business for $99. Let me teach you how to build a business for $99 that will actually make you money.
yep. No, that's fair. I just thought it was anyway.
Yeah,
Thanks so
I like
much.
your joke, but if I really joke, because It's funny.
Which, I mean, kind of is the bigger joke, I guess. Anyway, thanks so much, Paige, and I
Thank
hope
you.
you.
Thank you for the opportunity to share
Mhm.
this stuff.
Yeah, so I hope you have a great rest of your day, and yeah, so PaigeThePuppet.com and on all the socials. Fantastic. Thanks everyone for joining, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you.